Sorry, there's a spider. Hold please. Oh no, I'm a bit frazzled. My heart is racing. And I was trying to capture the spider on my wall so I could gently release it back out into the wild, but it's gone missing. Back to the video. Today I'm going to be talking about some of my favorite products. Hello everybody! Welcome back to my channel. My name is Andy. I hope you're doing really well wherever or whenever in the world that you are. If you're new here, if this is the first time you've ever seen me, hello. This style video is quite off-brand for me. I am a bookish channel, mostly talking about things that I'm reading. I do have a reading journal, so I do some bullet journal, reading journal content. But this, like my favorite products is not something I normally talk about. But I was in the mood, I was feeling inspired because over the last 6 or 7 months, I've really found some home beauty, skincare, and kind of miscellaneous products that I'm kind of obsessed with. And I just wanted a space to gush a little bit. And if you're in the market for any of these things, maybe you can consider buying them. I'll leave all the descriptions and the links and stuff down below. All right, the first category of things I want to share, I want to talk about are kind of home/kitchen related. So the first thing that I want to gush about are these Fredericks and May confetti cutting boards. I have the ittiest bittiest one. You can get them in various sizes. I don't know exactly where you get this from. I'm sure Fredericks and May has their own website. I was actually gifted this from my mom last Christmas or the Christmas before. So I'm not 100% sure where to get it from, but I love this. First of all, I just like the aesthetic. It's kind of like quirky and colorful, which if you've seen my kitchen is not either of those things. My kitchen is kind of simple and clean. It really leans into like a Scandinavian aesthetic, but I just think this is such a fun cutting board. Something to note though is there aren't like little grippies on the bottom. So sometimes I'll put like a little tea towel underneath just to hold it steady a little bit, but it is perfect for cutting up fruit, kind of those like quick things that you don't want to whip out like a whole big rigmarole to do, but like in the morning for breakfast when I'm, out the door, I love that I can just chop up an apple or cut up an orange, really quickly slice up some bread. Like this is just so quick, it's small, it's easy to clean. It's really sturdy and it's just beautiful. So I'm obsessed and I want everyone to buy them. They're not super cheap, I don't think. If I can find a dupe, I'll link that as well, but I really am a big fan. So if you've been thinking about buying this, I support you. I support you to take the plunge and click purchase. The next item, I didn't whip it out because it's in my cabinet somewhere, but my mom and I are deeply obsessed with these salad shooters. They are so fantastic. When I buy cheese, like those blocks of cheese, and I'll just shove it in there and it just grates my cheese in 2 seconds. It's so good. You can put vegetables in there and it has different grate things. So depending on what you're trying to slice, you can choose the appropriate blade, I guess. It is so fast. It's so efficient. You can put it in the dishwasher. I'm a big fan. I know that you can buy pre-shredded cheese at the store, like in those bags, but they're covered in flour, so they're not quite as melty as if you get blocks of cheese without that coating. And so if you want like the ooeyest, gooeyest, meltiest cheese for whatever you're making, get a salad shooter. I'm a big fan. It's so satisfying. Big fan. The next product I want to scream about from the top of my lungs. If you like flavoring your coffee in any way, shape, or form, I'm sure you've tried a million of the syrups, and so have I. After trying many flavors, the unsung hero, my absolute favorite flavor, is surprisingly to me, the Torriani S'mores sugar-free syrup. Now, for me, I generally hate the sugar-free products because I really don't like that artificial, whatever that artificial sugar is that's in sugar-free products. I often think it leaves a weird aftertaste and it upsets my tummy and I'm not a big fan at all. But I don't notice any of that in this particular syrup. It has a really beautiful roasted marshmallow and vanilla flavor profile, and it is not too sweet. I do not like overly sweet drinks of any kind. And I was initially really worried because I just assumed something s'mores flavor was gonna be just disgustingly sweet. And it is not. It's a really sophisticated flavor in my opinion. A little bit goes a long way. Oh man, some of my favorite iced and hot lattes have been with that syrup. And I ran out, so I don't have the physical bottle anymore. I'm going through another one of my syrups that I'm trying to use up. It's not nearly as good, and it just has me kind of craving and itching to buy a new one. It is really good. I do think it's more of like a fall winter flavor, so I don't know that it's gonna be everybody's cup of tea or cup of coffee in the spring, summer, like this season, but I love it. It's really, really good. Speaking of coffee, I wanted to also shout out these Lavazza Grand Espresso like single packs. I'm not 100% what these are called. I have a espresso machine where you can put like the freshly ground espresso directly in the portafilter, but I stumbled upon these for convenience reasons. They're like single-use packs and they're great. First of all, they're delicious, but they're also just so convenient. Now, the coffee machine is not my favorite. I've had so many issues with the coffee machine, but this coffee is actually delicious with it. So if you have a similar machine where you can either do like the actual ground espresso and it's compatible with the espresso like single paper pods. Here, I'll open one up. Because it's not like the Nespresso machines. They're these paper, like biodegradable little things. And they're perfect for like little single shots of espresso. Big fan. If you have that kind of machine or are in the market for that product, this is a great one. Another one that I do really like is the Illy coffee brand. The thing is though, you can buy such a bigger box of these. So I just think you get bigger bang for your buck. But the Illy coffee ones are also delicious. I'll put a picture up here for the specific ones that I mean. All right, my next home product is a candle brand that I'm absolutely obsessed with. If you've not purchased from DW Home before, you are really missing out. These candles are not cheap, but they are fantastic. I love so many of their scents. The like scent distribution, the power of the smell. I know there's a word for that. Scent throw, is that what it's called? The scent throw is good. Is really impactful. Like this will make my entire living room area smell so good. This is probably my current favorite scent. Peony Petals. I also have this as a linen spray for my bed. Some of my other favorite scents by them are Warm Tobacco Pipe. That's my favorite fall and winter scent. I love the Tranquil, oh my gosh, what is it called? Like Tranquil Sea? I'll put a picture up here. That's one of my favorite ones. And the Calming Waves candles, another one that I really like in the spring and the summer. It's very fresh. But all of their candle descriptions have all of the scent descriptors and the front notes and the back notes and like all that information. So if you're curious, check out their website. I'm obsessed with their candles. I buy seasonally in bulk so that I have all the candles that I want for every season. They also have some really fun like variety packs and some mini bundles and some seasonal things. And so if you never check them out, I highly recommend. I love their scents. Generally speaking, I've not come across very many smells that I don't love. Some of the coffee like latte candles aren't quite my favorite, but I think that's more of a me thing. I don't love that like uber sweet smelling candle. And so some of those are just a little too sweet for me. So I prefer the more floral, warm, spicy scents. But I love this brand in general and I highly recommend their candles. The last like home kind of thing I want to share is I have a cat, her name is Frances, and I recently bought her these like little, I don't know what you'd call these, some kind of floofy toy. I think there's some catnip like woven throughout. And let me tell you, she loves these little things. She'll like kind of curl up in a ball with it and like, do that weird bunny rabbit bounce thing. And she'll snuggle with them and she'll carry them around in her mouth. She really loves them, and so I figured I would spread the love. If you're looking for a new floofy cat toy, maybe give this one a go. The next category of things I want to share are in the realm of beauty and skincare. I am so fascinated and excited by makeup and skincare products. I have gone through many phases of trying out all of the things. Like, I have spent so much money on skincare products and makeup. The tricky thing about making these kinds of recommendations is it is so individualized. A skincare product that really works for me and I really like may not fit your like skin needs or profile or concerns. And so, you know, these recommendations take with a grain of salt because I don't know that they're going to be for everybody. So if you have similar interests or concerns, or you're in the market for these kinds of products, maybe consider looking into them and buying them. But again, like, skincare and beauty stuff is just really individual. And so it's hard to know through the internet, like, what's going to be the best fit for you. But I'm a big fan of these things. The first thing I want to talk about is this travel makeup bag that I got from, I think I got this off Amazon. This is perfect to me. It's the perfect size. In this like big pocket, I put all of my makeup products, like my bronzers, my foundation, like all of those individual products. In this little side guide, there's a place to put some of your key brushes. And then on the back side, there's an area for, like, I use this section for if I'm bringing makeup removing wipes or cotton swabs or whatever, I might put them in here. I've also put eyeshadow palettes in here. Maybe my powders will sometimes go in here, but some of those like flat, I don't know, products could fit perfectly in here. I have found that this is perfect for literally every travel need of mine. I mean, as you can see, I don't do a ton of makeup. When I go on vacation, if I'm going to the beach, I'm literally just wearing sunscreen. Maybe I'll put on some blush and mascara if we're going out to dinner. It really depends. Very rarely on vacation am I like going full glam, but I like to have all of my products just in case the need occurs. So for me, this is the perfect size to have kind of one of every product. If you're somebody where you bring more than one of every product, this might be too small. But if you're a casual makeup wearer, I think this is like so perfect. This also might be great just to like keep on your vanity as your, you know, daily makeup. I'm a big fan of the organization. It's sturdy, it's easy to clean. I'm a big fan. I love this little guy, so highly recommend. Another makeup product that I'm really loving is this Rare Beauty foundation brush. I'll put the link to the exact one I got on Sephora, but I love the shape of it. I think it does a beautiful job applicating foundation. I'm not a makeup guru. For beginners, for novices, for people who are not experts, I think this is such a user-friendly brush. When I use a brush to put on my foundation, I always follow up with a damp sponge just to absorb any excess product and help it look a little more seamless. But I just think I get better coverage with the brush. I like the shape and the angle of this. I like the thickness of it. It's easy to clean. I'm a big fan. I really love Rare Beauty as a makeup brand, like, period. I find that it's kind of a beautiful in-between some of the really high price stuff and like drugstore. I feel like this is such a sweet spot. But this brush in particular is one of my favorites that I've gotten into recently. There's a concealer brush that I also really love. Let me grab it. I love this Sigma F70 concealer brush. It could use a little bit of a wash, but it is such a perfect concealer brush. I love it. I find it's the best for like spot concealing, not so much under the eyes, but you know, if you have a blemish or like a dark spot that you're trying to correct, I find that this is like a perfect brush for it. Two lip products that I have found that I'm completely obsessed with lately. One is this lipstick, this everyday lipstick from Ravi Beauty, particularly the color Dahlia. It's her line Effortless Lips by Ali Glines. She's a YouTube makeup content creator, and she recently released this line of Effortless Lips lipsticks. Effortless Lips lipsticks. I'm completely obsessed. This color, for me especially, is a your lip color but better kind of color. It's not super bold, but it is so delightful to use. It's smooth, it's got a little bit of a gloss. I'm not wearing it today. I've got the other one on today, but this is probably my favorite lipstick right now. I'm really obsessed. The lip product that I have on today is this Milk Odyssey gloss. I have it in the color Trek, but this is like a perfect everyday gloss. I love it. It's not too gloopy. I love the shine. I love the color. There's a pretty wide range of colors for this. So This is actually one I would recommend like going into a Sephora store and swabbing them like on your hand, or if you can get like the little Q-tip to do it on your lips, because I went in thinking I was gonna buy one color and I ended up liking this one much more. So I love the product itself, but I would just try out which color, which shade works best for you. Okay. One skincare product that I've been actually obsessed with this for a few years now. This is the Great Barrier Relief from Crave Beauty. This is the kind of product that is perfect if you are really focused on supporting your skin barrier health. I use a tretinoin like prescription cream from my dermatologist, and with that comes like dryness and peeling skin, and I have found that this has been one of the best products to help keep that under control. I feel like pairing this with a really hydrating toner or serum really helps to lock in and seal hydration, but also I forget what vitamin is in here that's like so good. It's got tamanu oil, niacinamide. It is just so luxuriate. I think it feels so luxurious? I don't know. It is so great at soothing dry skin and helping repair that like really itchy, peely skin that I get when I'm using my tretinoin too often, or like as I've been adjusting to like the increase in percentage. This has been such a lifesaver. It does have an odd smell. It's non-scented. It doesn't have fragrance in it. So I think it's the tamanu oil. You can definitely smell it, and it's not a great smell. It's a very earthy smell, but if you can get past it, I think this is a really effective product. So if you've got really dry skin and you are looking for just like all of the moisture and all of the reparative skin barrier supports, this is a great product. All right, my next thing is this OY. How do you pronounce this brand? I actually have no idea. Whatever. This is their scalp and body scrub. I have become obsessed with this, not because I use it for my scalp, but because I use it as a foot scrub. I love the way that it smells. It has such a like beachy, summery scent. I don't actually know what notes are in here, but it smells great. And I just love it to give my feet a little daily scrub. It feels great. It's a little massaging, helps with, your dry feet. It's just wonderful. It's a great shower product. I highly recommend. And if you use it for your scalp or other parts of your body, I think that's really what it's for. But I like it for my feet. Another product I want to mention is I have recently become obsessed with these Tofumi like post-poo drops. I mean, I know potpourri, whatever that spray is very, very popular, but I think these are better. You can buy different scents. The one that I like, I think the best is like the peppermint one. You drop them in before you poo. We're all human, everybody poops. And if you're looking for a product to help you poop more comfortably at work or in public restrooms or when you have guests over at your place, I love these Tofumi pre-poo, post-poo, whatever they're called. They're really great. And I always keep some in my little like toiletry bag in my backpack. So if other people are feeling like they need them before they go to the bathroom, I can always offer them. They're just a really handy tool. And everybody poops, so give it a try. My mom actually prefers these like Aeropostale. I'll put a picture up here, but these are like post-poo drops and they're kind of a citrusy smell. Those are my mom's favorite. She has them like all over all over their house. It just comes in a glass bottle. It's not great for like traveling and there's liquid, so it's not, bringing it through your airport security may not be a good thing, but that might be a more elevated, like a more sophisticated option if you're looking for something fancier in your own home. The last kind of like beauty, toiletry kind of products is for the holidays, I purchased one of the Sephora like favorite collection samplers of perfumes. And I've been slowly but surely trying to find my signature scent. And on this journey, I have stumbled onto some really beautiful smelling perfumes. One of my favorites that I discovered recently from that sampler collection is Good Girl by Carolina Herrera. This is a beautiful fragrance. I don't know what the notes are. If I can find them, I'll like list them up here. But it is just a beautiful fragrance. It's light. It has a nice like wear power. You don't have to put on too much, and it lasts a pretty good amount of time, but it's one of my favorites, so I just wanted to share it. All right, this last section are just kind of a few miscellaneous hodgepodge items. The first thing I want to gush about, and forgive them, they are not clean, because this is an authentic video. I'm not putting on a show. These are genuinely like my favorite pair of shoes right now. My Crocs. These are the bone colored Crocs, just like the traditional old-fashioned Crocs. Let me tell you, I was so skeptical about these stupid shoes. I thought they looked so tacky. I don't care about the gibbets, and I still don't care about the gibbets, but I was just like, I don't understand the hype. However, I recently went on a trip to Disney World, and I was all prepped. I had bought Hokas about a year before, and I'd spent like a full year wearing in my Hokas. I was walking and running in them, and I was like really feeling like those Hokas were gonna be my absolute perfect shoe. And I bought Crocs more as like a pool shoe. Like, oh great, when we're taking our midday breaks and, you know, as we're like lounging around, I'll wear my Crocs. However, my first day at the parks, I got 2 crazy, horrible blisters that were so big, they were so painful on my toes, and I was devastated. I was like, oh my God, I spent a whole year wearing in these stupid shoes, and I've got blisters. I was like, what am I gonna do? We're here for another full week. What am I gonna do? And so my sister was like, well, why don't you just try out your Crocs and see if they're any better? And so we wrapped up my toes with my little blister Band-Aids, and I doubled up my socks. And let me tell you, the Crocs saved the day. Not only did they not irritate my blisters at all, I didn't get any new blisters. My feet felt great. I wasn't getting any shin splints or knee pain. So that trip alone, I was like, these Croc shoes were magical to me. They saved my feet, they saved my trip, and now I'm completely obsessed. Now I wear them to run errands. I run them when I'm booping around the house. I wore them out to dinner the other day because it matched my outfit, sort of. I am such a big fan. So if you are looking for theme park shoes, highly recommend a Croc. Or if you're looking for great, just like booping around shoe, like a casual waterproof situation. Well, are they waterproof because they've got holes in it? Whatever. You know what I mean? Like they're not gonna get ruined if they get wet. You should buy them. If you don't own Crocs, you should. They're great. They're great. The next thing I want to talk about are my absolute favorite brand of sunglasses. These are Humps Optics sunglasses. I'll like put a little screenshot of their website. These are fantastic. They're not too expensive and they're really, really good quality. This is like my favorite pair. I don't know what shape this technically is, but I love the little tortoiseshell pattern. They're just so good. They're durable. I think it's like the perfect shading. My brother and my soon-to-be sister-in-law, they're both optometrists and they both rave about this brand. I also have like their version of the aviators, which I also really like. Their sunglasses are just so good and they're not cheap. Like they're not like $20, but they're not like if you buy Ray-Bans for $200. They're really nice in between. They're great quality. They have so many different sizes, shapes, colors. So take a look. I highly recommend. They're such good sunglasses. And I don't feel like I hear anybody talking about them. So they're really great. The last like little 2 things I want to mention are games that just bring so much joy into my day-to-day. The first is, I know everybody knows about Wordle and Connections, but if you're not playing the New York Strands game, you're missing out. It is so fun. It's sort of like a word search on steroids. It is, for my brain and the way I process information, I think it's the hardest thing I've ever done, and I take such glee out of trying to figure it out. There are ways that you can get hints, which I really appreciate, and you can't really lose per se. So I also like that element that you can kind of make infinity guesses and, you know, it's not gonna be to your detriment. Like you can kind of play until you figure it out. But it is such a fun game, highly recommend. I also, one of my friends from work put me on to Cinematrix. I think it's through Vulture. Again, I'll put a little screenshot up here. But it's such a fun game. The games are only released Monday through Friday, and you have to try and figure out movies that fit the Matrix. I think you can only use each movie once, and it's really tricky. So like whatever you see on the screen here, you You have to kind of like line it up. But anyways, it's a fun puzzle game that's focused on movies. It's really fun to play with other people. I think that's more fun than if you're just playing by yourself, but you have to resist the urge to cheat. You shouldn't look on IMDb, although I'm guilty of doing that sometimes. But I always come clean to people I'm like playing with or sending my results to. I always tell them if I cheated. So, because transparency is key. But anyways, those two games have been really fun and have been a really nice introduction to like my daily moment of zen before work starts. I play all the New York Times games, including Strands, and then I do the little Cinematrix, and it's really fun. So I think you should give it a try if you've not played it before. All right. Those are all of the things that I am just absolutely obsessed with in this moment in time. And if you're in the market for any of these kinds of products, like if you're looking for new sunglasses or you're looking for a new foot scrub, if you're looking for a new candle, give these brands, give these products a try. And if you do, let me know what you think. Like I mentioned in the beginning, I'm not sponsored by anybody. I don't have any affiliate links. Like these are truly just products that I really, really love and I wanted to share with you all in case you're in the market. Yeah. Also let me know any of your current favorite household, beauty, toiletry, miscellaneous products. I love to shop. So if you have any great recommendations, it might be something I'd pick up. I mean, like I said, this video style is really off-brand, so if you're looking for lifestyle content, I don't think that I'm the creator for you, unless you like reading, and then consider liking and subscribing and coming back for future videos. We have a good time here. So whether or not you choose to subscribe, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and if you do decide to subscribe, I'll see you in the next video. Until then,